That's great. Okay, so I'm going to go through and then I'll get somebody to advance the slide. So we've called this From Coffee to Conferences. I think I love Lori's thing, and I took credit for one of your bylines on that article, Lori. I should have confessed it was you that created the title. I loved it. So, but anyway, coffee to conferences. Next slide. Okay, so about CAPA, we use the power of information, research, and communication to help people living with arthritis to find their voice and support others. And I think we heard a lot of that in our webinar, and I'm really so proud of the work that we're doing and engaging new people and trying to create an inclusive space where everybody's comfortable and feels welcome. I'm in my pajamas, by the way, and I did turn my screen off and I had some cheesies. So I'm just going to confess that right now because some people here know my weakness of cheesies. So we were founded in 2002 and we were formally incorporated and independent in 2006. Always been a grassroots patient-led organization. We have board members and community members from coast to coast. And I think that, we try really hard to make sure that we engage more people and more things. And we track and record and recognize engaging for health research and policy making. So next slide. So this is our vision, access to healthcare and treatment, so equitably across healthcare and treatments. And we've heard that there are still so many issues, especially for underrepresented populations, newcomers and BIPOC and people that are still experiencing trouble accessing care. So that continues to be something we're going to work towards for more equitable access. And we participate in decisions and life activities. So we try to engage with Canada's Drug Agency, Health Canada, all researchers, anybody who wants to gauge the provinces. So we work with a lot of different government, nonprofit, lots of other organizations to try to get our work done and spread our reach. And we contribute to drive innovative patient-oriented research and decisions. So next slide. So this was kind of our vision for 2025. So we worked a lot on access to vaccines. The patient support program project is still ongoing, working on that. Drug shortages has been a huge issue for our community. Medical cannabis is another issue, and cardiovascular disease with inflammatory arthritis is a huge issue. Our Life Hacks projects, that's just been building on itself as over the last few years, and it's been amazing. A little bit of a focus this year on exercise and physical activity for our disease with the cardiovascular risk. That's pretty important. Education and resources and programming, our lived experience series, and we saw part of that tonight. The Francophone support and education, so our new Francophone committee, and we've heard about that tonight. We want to influence research and identify new research directions. I think we've done that as well with our Life Hack projects and the CIHR grant that we received to do that project. Influence pharmaceutical policy, so we continue to drive that with Canada's Drug Agency and Health Canada. Again, community capacity building, a bigger tent, bring more people in, more voices, underrepresented voices, and then outreach and community building so that we provide resources to help us support each other. Because we all learned tonight we can't always rely on the healthcare system and healthcare providers to do everything for us. We have to be proactive. Next slide. So this is our governance. We have our board of directors and we have a medical advisory committee. We have our executive, which is Lori and now Janet and myself, and Dawn just stepped down from. So we meet every month in between our board meetings to talk about what we're working on and updates. And then we have our operations team, which is Lena and Lori. And then, of course, we've been lucky to have some interns students to help us with our work through the My Tax program and summer jobs program. And so really, really it's been really amazing. So we're trying to grow this, the lived experience and people of lived experience contributing to our projects. So next slide. So these are the people behind us. So I'm the president, and Don has just resigned as the vice president. So Janet steps incoming, and Lori, who's our managing director. And then there's the operations team, which I've talked about, and then the rest of our board members and our medical advisory committee. So next slide. And it's just kind of a snapshot of some of the things we did this year. So we did 9 policy submissions, and we did 4 letters to government, 8 policy submissions on different topics. And these are all on our website. So if you want to go and review any of them, you can see them. And then 9 conference presentations. So we've also done 10 newsletters, 14 blogs, 6 webinars, and then we've also been working on updating our website and adding new materials and taking off old things off our website. Next slide. So the ongoing project of the IMPACT, the pain and communication assessment tool, pain assessment and communication tool, that was worked on through the Chronic Pain Network that some of our board members have been very involved in. So there's some next steps coming with that with CPN. The Patient Support Program project, we're still working on that. We've got some submissions to the CDA conference and still working with some researchers on that. Medical cannabis, still very important to many of us that benefit from that, especially myself for sleep. I'm not sure I'd sleep in the last 2 years if I didn't have my gummies. So, so we do need more information on that. And then, of course, the drug shortages, which we do a lot of work with the Best Medicines Coalition on, but we've also led a lot of work on that area. We met with Health Canada, trying to push for better communication to patients, because right now we're the kind of the canary in the coal mine. We go to the drugstore. Oh, sorry, your prescription's not here. It's shortage. Well, it's a Friday night at 6:00 and no doctor's around till the next week. And, what do you do? So what we've been trying to push for is more resources from Health Canada to help patients manage that. And part of that is including us in the communication about the shortage, which rarely happens until we actually experience it by trying to pick up our prescription. So we've had some ideas on that we hope government will pick up on. Next slide. And community building. So we've had 2 patient partners, development skill webinars, 40 plus patient partners this year from 25 to 40. So hopefully every year we grow by at least that much, if not more. And 6 Francophone committee members. And then they have their action plan. So that was pretty exciting to do. Research, we got 1 patient priority research project that Lori and I worked on, looking at biologics and the prevention of total joint replacement, which we had a knowledge translation event at the Canadian Rheumatology Association in February, which was very successful and worked out very well. We did DMAR dialogues. Then the research project that we have on the occupational therapy life hacks project. And I'm going to have to close closed captioning here because it's right on top of what I want to say next. Okay, and the Photo Voice project and 17 research projects where we supported and sent out notices for researchers or worked with researchers on developing the projects. So, next slide. So this kind of a snapshot of our social media. So we have 4,000 website visitors, 24,000 page visits, 4,000 subscribers on our social media platforms. So yeah, it's we can always try to boost that, but we're I think for a little organization we're doing okay. Next slide. And these are all our partnerships that we work with the Arthritis Society with the Arthritis Action Plan, the Canadian Immunocompromised Advocacy Network, which has been mostly the work's been mostly focused on vaccines with them, Clinical Trials Ontario, Dragon Claw, which we worked on Impact and Know Your Numbers with, Lupus Ontario. So Lori and I had a really constructive call with them today, and they're really open to looking at partnering and working together on some things. The Chronic Pain Network, I mentioned Best Medicines Coalition, Take a Pain Check, Cassie and Friends, the Canadian Spondylitis Association, the Canadian Psoriasis Network. So we do have a vasculitis as well. So we worked with a lot of different partners that we always try to grow who we work with, because that's how we've managed to get a lot of our work done, is by collaborating with other organizations. Next slide. And then we're at the end. So if anybody has any questions, I can try and answer them.